Today I'll be presenting my project on creating a form to insert records into the appointment table of the database designed specifically for a cyber clinic. This is part of my mini project and I'll walk through the process, technologies used, and key aspects of the implementation. The main objective of this task was to create a form that allowed users to insert record into a database table while still validating the inputs. I used the XAMPP environment, which includes Apache as a web server, MySQL as a database, and PHP as a server-side scripting language. The form was built using the HTML, and both successful and unsuccessful insertion attempts will be illustrated during the presentation. To begin, I downloaded and installed the XAMPP from Apache friend website. The XAMPP includes all the necessary tools like Apache, MySQL, and PHP. After starting Apache and MySQL from the XAMPP control panel, I used phpMyAdmin to create the SIT772 database and the appointment table. So here is the structure of the appointment table in the SIT772 database. It has columns like APM ID, which is an auto-incremented primary key, and fields like PT ID for patient ID, PRDR ID for doctor ID, as well as fields for appointment date, time, service requested, and consultation fee. This field will be populated by the form input. So to design the form, I use HTML to create input fields for each column in the appointment table. The form includes text boxes, date and time pickers, and number inputs for IDs and consultation fee. All fields are marked as required to ensure data is provided for each before submission. So this way, we're gonna prevent the empty records from being submitted. And then, once the form is submitted, a PHP script processes the data. This is the core part of the implementation. The script first retrieves and sanitizes the input values, ensuring that the patient ID and doctor ID are numeric, the date and time formats are correct, and the consultation fee is valid. If the validation passes, the script inserts the data into my SQL database using an SQL query. If the data is missing or invalid, an error message will display to the user. During the first attempt, I accidentally left the appointment date field blank. The form detected the missing date and displayed an error message. Please fill out this field. And then no record was inserted into the database, which was the expected behavior. Next, this time I filled all the fields with the valid data, including numeric patient and doctor IDs, and correctly formatted date and time inputs. After resubmitting the form, a success message was displayed, confirming that the new appointment record was inserted into the database. A quick check before the database showed that the new record was successfully added. So, after all, this project taught me a lot about client-side and server-side validation. I learned how to properly interact with a MySQL database using PHP, as well as handle errors and provide feedback to the user. But one of the challenges was to ensuring the form's input was validated in both HTML and PHP. So overall, the task provided a solid foundation in form handling and database interaction. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.